Hello everyone, welcome back to the potting shed. Today I'm going to be planting my beans and my sweet corns, but before I start doing that, I thought I'd give you a quick look as to what else we've got sown in the potting shed. Some of the stuff is ready to go out. Some of the stuff is just barely breaking the surface, but I'll give you a quick look at all the seedlings we've got that is going to go up to the allotment soon. So let me spin the camera around and I'll show you what I've got. Okay, first things first. This is brassicas, really. We've got some red cabbage and some kale. This is broccoli. These two are cauliflower. So we've got a mixture here of broccoli, kale, cauliflower and red cabbage all in here. Down here we've got 3 lettuce in here. These are Batavia. Is that how you pronounce that? Not sure, but that's what they are. And this one, these are some sunflowers. These are the Russian Giant. So I've got 3 in here. Only one's come through so far. Over in this tray, I've got more lettuce. I've got Valmain. So I've got about 9 of those. I've got more red cabbage and cauliflowers. Some of these are, there's kale in here as well, red cabbage. Some of these are, all these ones at the back, are Romanesco cauliflower. Those are the cauliflower that produce a nice tight head with spirals. I'll see if I can put a picture in. They're very, very distinctive. Once you've seen them, you'll never forget them. So that's all these 6 at the back here. These 6 at the back here are Romanesco cauliflowers, and the rest are red cabbage mostly, and there's a kale there. Kale, one of the easiest plants to grow. What else have we got? Over here, I've got some flowers, bit of a mixed germination. I've got 2 rows of lupins. It's not doing too well. I've got 2 little seedlings there, and the rest of the tray is nasturtiums, so they look okay. Just let me make some space here so I can pull all the rest of these things forwards, because there's not much room up this end of the table, so bear with me till I move a few things around. Okay, so I've moved all the brassicas back out. They're all on that shelf over there, obviously kept up high so the bunnies can't get at them. But in this one, I've got a few more Gardener's Delight, a couple of more Gardener's Delight in here. This one here is my Autumn Beauty sunflowers. These are going to be my main sunflowers, really. These are the red multi-headed ones, which I really like. Red multi-headed ones, which I really like. Inside this, you can just see them coming out, is red basil. So it just tastes the same as the normal green basil, but it's a really nice red leaves that I prefer, and it's a nice plant. And this one here, I've got some sweet peas. Some people might think it's a bit late for sweet peas, but they should be okay. That's just a bit of grass. They should be okay. And this one, I've got some little gems here and some all year round. Not much germination on the all year round. The all year round is the big butterhead lettuces. And this one here, I've got beetroot and Swedes. So these 2 rows are Swedes, this end row, sorry, these 2 rows are Swedes. All these 5 rows are beetroot. You can just see them coming through. And the end row is the purple cauliflower, violetto, Sicilian violetto. And this one again, we've got more sweet peas, which are just coming through. This one here says spring onions. Now, if you look carefully, you can see the spring onions coming through here. But the biggest thing you can see is a rogue tomato plant. In fact, there's 3 of them. There's 3 tomato plants, 4 actually. So there must have been some seeds in the compost that never germinated first time around, but they've taken the second time around. But I'll pluck them out and we'll just have the spring onions. These are the red toga spring onions, the red stem ones. This tree at the back here is zinnias. First time I've tried growing these. Got some seeds from my sister, so I thought I'd grow them up. These ones here in the round pots are butternut squash. Now that one looks like a butternut squash. That one looks like a tomato seed, and the little things in there just looks like grass. So we'll give them a bit more time for the butternut squashes to come through. And this in here is violas, which I'm going to use for my hanging baskets this year. So quite a few flowers. We've got sunflowers, violas, sweet peas, nasturtiums, lupins. Quite a few flowers, but I also want to get some more lettuce, more salad stuff done, because it was very poor last year with the salad stuff. And squashes, time's just about right now to start putting out squashes. I'm going to do some red curry squashes this afternoon. I'm also going to do some sweet corn. I found an old packet of sweet corn seeds that I've chitted. Some of the seeds chitted okay, some haven't. They might just be a little bit slow. So what I'll do is I'll put them all on and I'll see what comes up. I'm also going to do my borlotti beans and my blauhild beans, which is the purple French beans. I'm going to do these in the root trainers I use every year. So let me make some space in here and we'll crack on and get putting up a few seedlings. So the first things I'm going to do is my sweet corn. This is a variety called Golden Bantam. Excuse the loud crashing noises in the background. I chitted some of these on with some wet paper, and as you can see, some of them are sprouted, so not all of them have, but I'm going to put them all on anyway to see what comes up. As I said, they were old seed that I found in the bottom of my seed box. Now the thing about sweet corn is that when it's ready, when it's ripened, we've got usually a bit of trouble with the badgers coming in nicking it all. So I've got a plan of making a badger-proof net enclosure to grow the sweet corn in. Now I haven't got it up yet, and I won't really need it until later on in the summer when the sweet corn is ready. So, but I've got the netting. It's not netting. It's more like wire fencing with plastic coated wire, which should be strong enough to keep the badgers out. I just need to get some timber and to make the frames then. Weed the area. Well, first of all, I've got to get some sweet corn to actually plant. So let's get these in the ground. As I said, a few of them have started to chit already, so I'm hoping the others are not going to be too far behind them. You just need a bit of warmth and a bit of water. And this is compost I'm using is just my own bog standard compost that I've taken out of the compost bin, and I've sifted it to get rid of any of the big lumps. So once I get these all done, I'll be putting on my beans. So I'll tell you what, rather than watch me do all of these, why don't I stop here and bring you back later when I'm finished. Well, there you can see all the sweet corns ready. I haven't got a label ready for them yet, but it shouldn't be a problem. Sweet corn's very distinctive when it starts coming up, and it's quite fast growing once it starts. So it just needs a bit of warmth and some water and it should go. We had quite a lot of rain yesterday, and we've had more rain today, which is really the first rain we've had for a couple of weeks here down in Devon. So hence I'm not adding a lot of today. I didn't want to be just walking about in all the mud. Let me just find a tray for these. So there's what, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, there's 20 seeds there sown. I probably won't need the full 20. I think about a dozen will do me, maybe 15 at the most. So I'll probably give away the remaining ones to, I don't know, some friends that might want them. So usually every year I grow low-held beans. Fantastic croppers. These are just saved seed from last year. They're a purple French climbing bean, but they go green once you cook them, and usually they last. When the plant starts dying back, I save the seed and dry the seeds out, and we use the beans during the year in soups and stews, and we also use them for sowing next year. So I'm going to have 4 wigwams with 6 canes in each wigwam, so I need 24 at the very least. So they're usually quite good. They're usually quite good at germinating. So I'm going to use this root trainer to get things done. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I might as well do the lot of this, then I don't know, any that don't take or any I don't need I can give away or find somewhere else to put them. We'll just move it closer to the compost. So these root trainers are what I use every year for the beans. They're quite good. The beans grow in these root trainers, and the channels, the sort of like grooves, make the roots come all the way down, and you'll see the roots actually coming out the bottom. And to plant them, you just open up the books, take a block of compost with all the roots and the bean out, and plant them up. And yeah, it works really well. I've used these for quite a few years now. The plastic is a bit flimsy, but if you take care, you know, put them out the way and take care of them, they will last quite a few years. I've had them for about 5 years already, so yeah, they're okay. Actually, I'm going to just put this on here, so if anything does fall off, like that, got a dustpan and brush there. We can go around later. Move the camera a little bit closer so you can see. I mean, there's not enough what to see. Basically, you fill all these root trainers up with compost. I'm just using some Jack's Magic. I found a bag of Jack's Magic in the shed, so I'm just using that because I don't have enough of my own already made up. I went through the compost bins the other week and took as much as I could, quite a bit, but I don't have enough to do everything. So what I'll do is I'll fast forward through this bit so you don't have to watch it all, and I'll join you when I'm putting the beans in. So back again, and all I've done is I've filled it almost to the top. I've left a gap of about half an inch to an inch where I'm going to put the beans, and basically, as I said, these are the beans safe seed from last year. I'll wait until the plant's dying off. Now when the plant's dying off, you see the leaves start discolouring. When the plant starts dying off, I don't pick any more beans. I let the pods on the plant swell up, then dry out. Then I take the last sort of like harvest off the plant as beans and not the whole pod for eating. Now the other beans I'm going to do is borlotti beans, and to be honest, I haven't had much success with them over the past couple of years. These beans, fantastic. You plant them and they've been great cropping ever since I've used them. But the borlotti beans, I've got some saved seed of them, and basically the seeds that I've got saved is about half of what I actually grew. They didn't thrive. They didn't pod very well. Actually, this year is the last year I'm going to give borlotti a chance. I do like borlotti beans, but yeah, this year is going to be the last year that I use them, and if I don't get a decent enough harvest from them, I'm not going to be using them again. So there you can see I've got a bean in each hole. That's the blowheld. All that remains left is just to top up the compost and give it a good old water. This Jack's Magic is sorry about that. Some of it is very fine, but then you get massive big lumps of fibre in it for some reason. And I don't know what the fibre is. I don't know what fibrous material they put in. But I'm not too bothered about these because these are just going to come out of the root trainers and go straight in the ground. I'm not going to be transplanting them into anything else. See the fibres that come out of this. So I'm not worried about if the roots get all tangled up in some thick matty fibres. The stuff I'm putting on the top is basically just my own sieved compost, because it's what's in this tray. So there you go. That's my purple French climbing beans. And I'll give them a good water when I'm finished. And these don't take long to come up, and when they do come up they grow very fast, so I would reckon, I'm hoping to get these in the ground by the end of May. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 45, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so there's 50 in there, so a lot of beans are quite distinctive. Nice looking bean, sort of speckled, mottled, and they're a decent size, especially these will swell up once they're rehydrated as well. It's just that I'm not having much luck growing them for some reason, so I'll do half of this tray because I only need about 24 again, so I'll do 25. And they germinate quite easily enough. It's just that they don't perform very well when they're put in the ground. So I was up the allotment 2 days ago, and I've got all of my sapelmira potatoes into pots. There's been quite a few changes up at the pot, so hopefully give you a little tour soon. Got a magpie on the garden and Mr. Blackbird. I hope all this rustling of the bag doesn't come through on the video too badly. I just thought about it there for a minute. Just compact it down a little bit, you don't want it too tight. I used to grow runner beans as well, but I haven't grown them for a few years, and they were quite good as well, because I used to keep the seeds from them through the year and use them in soups and stews. So I'm hoping for good things from these beans this year. As I says, if I don't get a good crop this year, I shall be looking out for something else to grow next year, because that'll be 3 years in a row without a decent harvest. And I'm going to change the position of where I've grown them previously as well, so changing them to a new area which hasn't previously grown beans. So there you go, a lot of beans done as well. Last thing I'm going to do today is some red curry squashes. These are from Premier Seeds Direct. 40 seeds in a little bag like that, and very reasonably priced, so I'm quite pleased with them. You get quite a lot of seeds for your money from Premier Seeds. So I'm only going to do about 4 of them. I'll do 4 or 5. I'll do 5. I've got loads of compost in the compost bins at the allotment, but I'm using it for my potato pots. I've got some commercial compost in the bottom of the potato pots, and I just top it off at the top with my own homegrown stuff. This compost is very dry as well, so everything will need a good water. The stuff that's been outside over the weekend has been great because we've had quite a lot of rain, which is very welcome. To save me having to water everything at the allotment. So I've grown these red curry squashes before, and they're nice little squashes. They're about the size of a grapefruit, large grapefruit, orange in colour, and yeah, you can get a couple on the one plant, which is quite good. And that's the seeds. They just look like normal pumpkin seeds. So what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to plant them on their edge, on the side. People recommend you plant them that way to stop the seeds from rotting off. So I'm just going to push them in about half an inch down. And that's it. That's my squash ready. Well, that's it everyone from the potting shed today. I'm not going to go up the allotment today. As I said, it's been raining for the past 30 hours and it's just going to be muddy and I can't be bothered with that. So I'm going to get all these plants, all these seedlings watered. I've just all the beans and the sweet corn and the squash, they're all going to get watered. And yeah, that's going to be me finished for today. So hopefully it will not be too long and I'll put another video out of me up at the allotment and you can see what's been going on up at the allotment. So thanks for watching everyone. Bye for now.